some fun fact trivia for this thing, as RTO was telling us. In the first round, the runner won twice. Since then, of the top 8, since then, runners have not won yet.
Crazy.
It's been corp win for all over the place. The runner has just been getting slaughtered out there.
And this might bode well for David.
And it's probably because of this card called Astro.
It's a good one. We've seen it at work throughout the day. David is
he's corping today. I mean, not today, obviously. Right now, he's corping.
And this could be well for him. Let us remind you, however, Zach, having not lost a single game in the top 8, will need to lose twice for David to be our champion, whereas Zach only needs to win the single game.
We got some Zach love on the stream there. We'll see.
Bunch of fans. A lot of NBN in our top cut. The one Wayland Blue Sun deck. Michael Norman making a valiant effort, but really,
I think he got out like 5th or 6th place.
The story of NBN today.
All the other top 8, yellow.
Yellow.
And it was all yellow.
Oh, very yellow. All right, and so we're heading up.
David with a good hand here.
He's
got an ice that he can use because HQ's whatevs. Oh, he's drawing click 1.
Going for a draw, and I think that's pretty decent. It gets you the ice you need.
Yep, and now he can shore up R&D with a hard in the run. Or HQ. No, sorry, we're playing criminal. We are playing a criminal.
Everybody, just so you know,
relax.
There's a criminal.
There's a criminal
on the board.
There's a criminal on the seed. We forgot about the siphons.
Could certainly result in some bad times.
Yep.
And is that a quandary on HQ there? I think that is a fairly solid one. Criminal's not the best at breaking code gates.
Nope.
We'll see what Zach does here. A great opening.
Desperado. Wow, what a great
hand. And the dirty laundry right
into an Astro
script. Oh,
brutal.
What a fantastic opening for Zach. Couldn't be happier with those 3 clicks. And David cannot be pleased to have his power card snatched out from under him. Just doing a little math here, folks, making sure everybody's credits are in order. Those dice haters in our audience may be tickled by the challenges with dice, but Zach clear in the air.
That also is so brutal.
Crazy strong.
On a scale of 1 to 1,000, it is beyond the 1,000.
Yep.
Over 9,000. It's so brutal.
David not pleased. However, he does have a fair number of answers in hand between Jackson and 2 pieces of ice.
That's why I think like the hedge fund a lot of times is not necessary the first turn because you can always play hedge fund. And because sweeps is relying on them. Hedge fund's relying on you.
Particularly because his ice at this point is super
cheap,
inexpensive.
Yeah, you could have just laid down 2 ice and just kept it and had the opening, kept the hedge fund. Just play next turn.
At this point, I might be tempted as David to attempt to ice up all the central servers and lock off Zach's security testing. The tempo that he can continue to generate here, very solid.
Right.
Pop-up window could be a nice little addition to archives there. But yeah, Zach.
Fairy coming down.
Powerful position.
Checking R&D, smart. Going to see some Archangel action.
Excellent res for David there.
Yeah. Trace 6.
Yep. Zach cannot be pleased.
Bounce that Desperado.
To tax that one out because, yeah, at this point you do not
Zach's
want.
Zach's paying it.
I think you need to. Desperado, so good.
Ooh, GFI.
That being said, not the worst thing given David's use of exchange of information.
Yeah, but he has no way to punish it right now. He can't. Not only does he not have agenda for exchange, he doesn't have mid-season in his hand.
This is true, and his economic advantage is nowhere in sight.
Oh, there's an agenda down there.
Yep. David trying to get back on his footing.
Just a rough start for this NEH.
Very rough start.
2 axes, 2 agendas. You can't be happy about that.
Zach, quite a killer.
Hedge fund coming in.
Pretty nice draw there. Again, I think icing. You just need to get some presence on the board, and I don't know if the hedge fund is necessary.
Ooh, making the remote. Yeah, even like that pop-up that he's got on the archives.
Hey,
just turns it off.
I would love to see a pop-up on archives here. I think Zach has to respect that, and if nothing else, it gives you that economic advantage.
Yep.
But both players content to dance the same dance.
HQ's got that quandary, I believe.
A tough res here, or lack thereof, for David. Revealing the presence of that quandary could prove fatal, but a steal of the agenda might be even worse. So at this point, as David, I might also consider getting a bit more presence on HQ, icing that up. And
I think if you ice it more, though, there's only one agenda in there right now. I think you can just let it go for a bit.
But you have to make a siphon less enticing.
Yeah, definitely.
And
That's
at this
true.
point, David is holding on, but only just.
Letting it happen.
Yeah, Zach continuing to get great accesses. Why
Missing
wouldn't
there.
he? With Desperado
Yeah,
there.
Desperado's so good. Credit comes back.
Archangel,
though, would be a good one here.
great little draw for David there. Definitely.
Archangel
some-
can definitely hold out that HQ for a long time.
Absolutely. I imagine that is a piece of ice that Zach is ill-equipped to deal with.
I think one of the main ways he would ever break it is Ottman at 6.
Yeah, and we saw earlier.
Because Passport can do it, too.
Yeah, he could go through Passport, but it was quite taxing.
Oh, he doesn't have Ottman. That was the other list. He's running
Faust.
a Faust
and
instead.
Passport are his only ways through.
Faust and Passport.
And, good old money. David, content with going to the remote. I don't know if this is overextending at this point.
Yeah, there's something to be said about installing ice. You can never res, right? You can't do all these things. So you've made this remote, but even like looking at the way the board is laid out, I think the Andromeda player knows there's not much risk in that remote. There's no real reason to run it. I doubt there's an agenda in there, because if you did run, what are they going to do, res and then score, go broke again?
Right. At this point, even though the situation looks a little dire for David with 4 points scored, it's not the end of the world. He can still recover.
Yeah.
But pushing out a remote like this, I just don't know if that's the line of play that's going to net him long-term
you have to
success.
make, obviously, sometimes more aggressive plays, sometimes more risky plays. But I don't know about this one.
So,
Especially that siphon is going to really set him back.
well, at this point,
Least the quandary
David
holds
is
him
going to
out.
be very happy
Now he runs the
that
remote.
he,
Didn't res the quandary earlier.
Yeah, that he kept that information hidden. Keeps him in this game a little longer, but yeah. Can David keep him out? Yeah, sounds like David not too pleased with the account siphon pressure.
Again, paying the trace.
Hey, it's better than losing Desperado.
Wow.
There it is.
This is
the Beal.
I don't understand this
Out
play
of nowhere.
Because, okay, wait, watch. Even without the siphon, you couldn't even have it in the run.
Yeah.
Because it's not like that one credit prevented you from resing the back ice. Even if it was an Enigma, why not? Why do you have to res the Archangels? But then don't res the Archangel, just res the Enigma.
Yeah, it's a tough
If
position.
you want to end the run, like
it could have also been a wraparound. I think I missed what went in there.
yeah, but too aggressive, I think. Because you know Zach's going to pressure that remote. Wow. Special order. He's going to get a code gate breaker and just hammer that HQ, I think.
Yeah, at this point, Zach in an unbelievably dominant position is willing to just attempt to end this one quickly.
Yeah, run HQ, use my Desperado.
Yep, he senses weakness.
Yeah, I mean, there's no agendas at hand, but definitely a really strong play to make here.
Absolutely, might as well. And that passport is setting him up for a really great long game.
There has to be something said about not completely, giving up. Because it seems like the tempo and the way David's demeanor is, he kind of like, after that second score, kind of was like, oh, I'm down 4-0. Like, what am I going to do?
It is possible that he's feeling the weight of some decisions that he's made. However, between no agendas in hand to Jackson Howard, you're right. There is hope in this situation, although Zach certainly has an impressive board state.
Definitely. I mean, Zach definitely is well ahead. But, I mean, those Archangels aren't free.
No, sir. And that is a good one to have on RD.
I think you're right about that econ advantage of that security testing. Because Zach has paid Archangel twice. The trace.
Yep.
And without that security testing, he may not have the kind of money to keep doing this.
And at this point, that
he's
pop-up
paying it a
window
third time.
Could have really done some.
What is this ice that you were going to attempt to score behind? A wrap? Okay. Yeah, see, then why install it there?
That seems like a
Yeah, it's
ballsy
a
play.
Jackson, feeding the Jackson.
We have seen Zach Cavis countless times today challenge remotes that.
Yeah, he has a really sixth sense about like knowing that, hey, this is where I need to be right now.
Yep.
We've drawn into this Astro. There's no way to put it.
Well, he does have a second Jackson in hand and is going to want to recur the one that was just trashed. So David may be content with just Jacksoning away a stray Astro. Oh, I don't know about this. I fear this may be
Just siphon fodder.
the end. Not only siphon fodder, but Zach with basically no disincentive to check our HQ there.
Zach is drawn into a siphon. There's not a better time to siphon. Go from 6. There's nothing he can do. He's going to go down to 1. And I think you want to land the siphon pretty hard.
Yep.
Oh, Zach choosing not to. Drawing on click 2.
That being said, we have to wonder in this scenario if Zach is running the odds of how useful Siphon is going to be with Sync providing a bit of a tax to that line of play.
I think what he wants to do is actually. I think what he wants to do is yeah, I don't know if did he pay for his medium? That was weird. Oh, then he security tested. He said medium security test. Okay, he just said it. Okay, I didn't see the gesture. I think what he wants to do then instead is siphon. Siphon. Run R&D, run R&D.
That's fair. That being said,
because then see those ice are blanked. Click 1 siphon. Click 2 siphon. I'm pretty sure. It's a pretty strong play.
Yeah. That third piece.
And then just run R&D like a boss. Okay, I'll just run regularly. Let him res. Some Gutenbergs.
Gutenberg, a solid choice. That's definitely going to slow Zach down a little bit, at least after this run.
Oh, his term is siphon, clear, run R&D, last click.
Yeah.
Not as fun.
I mean, you have to assume that David is on various tag punishment cards like closed accounts, so floating tags, definitely not something that's encouraged. David mulling over his options. He does have some outs, but can he capitalize on them?
I don't know how many cards are in Zach's hand.
It appeared to be 3 or 4. David, deep in thought. Gotta find the avenue.
Yeah, it's gotta find, as Aaron would say, a path to victory.
A path to victory. More narrow with each moment, but it is possible. Yep, keeping him honest. On archives there. Wow.
Is Willing to take down another Jackson?
Choosing not to use Jackson to rescue the other Jackson. I guess he does have archive memories in hand. Maybe he feels like he can get it back.
Yeah, but
at this point, he has no way to
he's going for
quickly
that
deal
Astro
with.
Steal here. Nope. Sea Source.
That's fair. Gosh. David riding the knife's edge, and he survives another day.
Ooh, that if he had completed that run.
Yeah. Top decking the Beal, not what David wants to see. Yep, the archived, a nice way to quickly deal with those agendas. And the closed accounts, a good good card to pull there. If he can manage to tag Zach.
Yeah, get Zach to run somewhere and unfortunately get tagged. Huh.
So those agendas quickly dealt with.
Yep, smart on Zach's part. Shuffle, just drone there twice, make him shuffle them back in.
So David on 3 credits up there in the top middle of the screen. Zach on 9 in the middle of the dice. Both players not the most stable financial state, but
Zach getting his turn with 3 cards in hand.
Zach does have the potential for a real long haul there. David, considering the HQ install, is this a tell or is this a counter to Siphon? At this point,
I don't think he has the money to do these things. I really don't know, but what he needs is money. He needs to find a way to keep taxing, because he has. Zach has ran through that Archangel 4 times.
Yep.
Paid 5 each time.
Yep.
If you force him to do that and then just get some small money advantage, you can maybe just catch him off guard with a C-Source Scorch or something. I think there's really no other way he can win this game. It's going to be really hard to score points. Like, really hard.
Zach is continuing to threaten that medium. At least David has slowed him down significantly.
As soon as he gets a Faust online or some way to get through that, that medium is going to add up. Or just run through it and just clear the tag afterwards.
Sure.
Because you can break that Archangel.
So he's gone.
Oh, is it a Siphon play?
A Siphon.
Just keeping him. He got to 5 and now he went down to 0. So not going to be back down.
I think in looking back on this game, obviously the opening was really
I really think
rough.
he should have double iced his opening, because there's really no reason to play hedge fund like that. I mean, I personally do it all the time where I'm like, install, use my NES draw, and then I'm just like, I can play hedge fund anytime. I don't have to do it right now.
Not just that, but committing an Archangel and wraparound to the remotes there as opposed to protecting HQ.
Imagine if the game was actually just 4-0 right now, instead of trying that Beal score.
With a rezzed Archangel on HQ,
yeah,
it could be a completely different game. And I wonder if David is considering that.
Well, probably not right now. It's way in the past, but he's considering, am I going to win this game? If so, how?
Yeah. Oh, boy. Clicking for 3 credits there.
That's a lot of money on Zach's side. And I think he finally put that ice in front of Archives, but it's a little too late now. There's already been like 20 credits gained from that run.
Yeah, that Turnpike not going to do all that much. Wish it was a pop-up many turns ago. Continuing.
There's no agendas in hand, right? Everything's gone after that Jackson.
I believe the Astro is still there.
Close accounts.
Yeah, he had drawn the other Jackson. And Zach, at this point, I mean, he's in literally no rush. He's
playing it really cool. Like, I'm ahead.
Position.
There's no real way to lose. I don't want to put myself in a situation I lose by some random, kill.
Yep.
Let me just play it safe, get a good access when I'll keep trying my pieces. Get a good solution for that Gutenberg and just go to town.
Go nuts.
Yeah. Because you could have seen it earlier. A way more aggressive play would have been to, as soon as you got the medium, just like, whatever, I'll go tag me. I'll just go in there,
Yep. So it appears that in this last turn, David has actually chosen to discard the Astro script from hand with the assumption that Zach will continue to security test off Archives, or maybe not even run it at all with that Turnpike there.
Yeah.
And maybe skirt around that easy
Zach,
HQ access.
I mean, he's got a legwork in hand, too. Maybe he wants to use it. A lot of cards have been coming off with R&D.
And that's very true. And a whiff of the legwork here could be really nice for David.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that HQ is the place he's running because it's easy to run. And because it's so easy, it's not losing any money. It's a free run every turn.
Zach is making so
Desperado.
much advantage of this situation.
Yep, and now we see the legwork. Makes
legwork
sense.
Is there.
Zach,
is the Astro script.
A lot of cards have come off R&D, and he hasn't seen them. So he's like,
going to hit here. All right. Still nothing. And the big old lift.
Some Archives.
could. Oh no! It was there.
Yeah, it was there.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, whiff.
Oh, the
40%. 40%.
Oh. I thought David was going with the Stowed-in Archives play, but no. He stuck it out with a extremely vulnerable HQ.
Yeah. Wow. HQ is just wide open.
So with that missed legwork, do you think at this point Zach is convinced there's nothing in there?
I mean, he's ran almost every turn. But he's also going to keep running, because until he runs R&D, cards are floating in. So he's going to keep checking. As long as it's free, there's no reason not to check.
That's very true.
Because, like, he's got Earthrise drawing him cards. He's, you know, got money that he for days. Daily cast trickling anyway.
Full rig. Not
Full
worried
rig.
about a single thing.
But there's nothing there's literally no situation he's worried about. There's no asset on the board. There's no remote that matters.
If HQ was only just a little bit more taxing, this could be a scenario in which Zach
it's that Archangel's on HQ, like you said, instead of the remote.
You have to wonder how things would have gone in that scenario. But as is, Zach seemingly frustrated at his access is not coming up. Turnpike res. Pretty solid piece of ice, I think, in this scenario. Zach having to choose between the trace. Fairly taxing.
Oof. Winning agenda in hand. I think David just scores it. You can't hold it. What else are you going to do?
Yeah. And I don't know if that remote is safe enough to attempt anything cuter than just getting it out the. Yep.
Got 1 point.
He's on the board.
It's on the board, boys.
David,
we got there.
1 point.
We're doing it. Six more of them babies. We'll be all set.
Yeah, at this point, Zach might as well go for that extreme efficiency on HQ. Staring at a sneak door beta, not going to be that
not
useful. The political operative, also probably not relevant. Yeah, at this point, I imagine, Zach, you just run. Build up.
HQ? Or where?
HQ, R&D, you have so
just
much
annoying.
econ.
Yeah, you have so much money that you should just let the tag happen. But no, you're going to get medium value. Just run R&D a couple times.
Yeah,
Clear the tag.
Even clearing the tag at +1 credit for Sync's ability, I think that's kind of okay.
He's got a lot of money, lead. And he still has a pure. I mean, he can still keep security testing HQ for 2 credits.
Right.
Still good.
And clearly, it's not a strategy you want to do too often. But
no, but like every time you do it, it's not like you're just running for one single access. You're getting medium counters. And those are something that he has to eventually either deal with or just lose because of medium.
Right
yep.
side, right?
There is always the hope that the scored breaking news that David got last turn could somehow evolve into a global food via the exchange of information.
Yeah, but the thing is that
pipe
also
dream.
It still puts Zach only 1 score away because then Zach will go to 5 instead of 6.
Yeah.
And you can just score with any other agenda.
And that's just not fun.
Special order coming down probably for that. The Faust.
Yeah.
Looks like he wants to use Faust for that Gutenberg.
He could certainly do so. It's going to definitely be a more permanent solution than the ferry. Inside job also in hand.
Card and money. It's gonna be card. It's gonna be card.
He was running R&D here. Seems like because they're asking, do you want to pay with cards or do you want to pay with money for Gutenberg?
I think that was a security testing run on HQ, actually. Yeah.
Oh, he's going to pay with cards.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, the sneak door, again, not at all relevant. Might as well.
Not even a bit. Laying down political operative, passing the turn, just solidifying his lead.
Pretty good. The draw, I believe, of a pop-up window there.
Yep.
Actually pretty solid for David. Could get him a bit more.
HQ install credit.
Economy. But again, not installing it. I just don't know what the rationale is here for not putting any defenses on HQ.
I think it might be just mostly David's kind of checked out.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, that kind of feeling is definitely inevitable
Quality
for many
time
players.
On Zach's side here.
Yeah, finding the mongoose might be a bit of an interesting card there. Getting past Gutenberg, not cheap.
Yep.
But more permanent.
Still, he's got an MU problem. He's at full MU right now.
Yeah, maybe one good run with the ferry, burn through that.
Yeah, then use Faust if you need to. Then.
Yeah.
So how'd the
Might as well.
I watched Zach shuffle his hand for about 20 minutes. It was awesome. I'm so sorry. No, you're fine. Everyone had a good time.
Zach with a full hand, over full hand.
You just quality time, yeah, of course.
Could be considering making good use of that on R&D with Faust. I believe this would be his second click.
Yeah, he's deciding whether he wants to commit to it. He could run there, but he's got a lot of good cards I guess he wants to keep. Sure, Gamble's nice. Daily Cast is nice.
Sure. He does
And
have
looks like
some
he's
disposable.
really intending to break it with cards. So that's going to be 3 cards, though.
That is fair.
I think that is smart, though, to break that ice with cards. But at 5 credits, really, what are you worried about coming up next? Just hammer it home.
And there he goes.
Yeah, he's going to sure gamble instead. Click 3 run. Gutenberg 6 strength.
R&D. It looks like he's considering not using the ferry at this point.
I would burn the ferry, honestly. What are you worried about? I really can't think of anything. Like, that's cost 5.
Right, at this point.
Because if it's EG, what, 2.0, 1.0, fine. You can still pay for it the same way.
The only possible thing is maybe Swordsman, but
5.
a tough...
Then you take a net damage, you lose the Faust. Yeah, that's pretty rough.
yeah. All right, single access, R&D. Not rewarded there. The medium does grow bigger, and now Zach is well aware of the costs of getting into R&D.
Yep.
Taxing, but doable.
Yeah, definitely doable. Scary testing. Wow, you tossing Mongoose?
Wow. A surprising choice on Zach's part. Perhaps he has another Mongoose to back it up, but I don't know. It could be that Zach intends to take one huge turn of medium digging, go completely tag me, and just ignore Gutenberg for one whole turn. And that might yield him the win. At this point, David looking at his options. Yeah.
Just pondering, like, what can I do?
No clear lines of play at this point.
Yeah.
Very few outs.
I think with a hand like that, you can afford to draw, click 1, play your hedge fund.
Yep.
Taking 2.
Taking 2, not installing that pop-up on HQ or anywhere else.
Zach is drawing into more econ.
Crazy amount of econ. But now we enter into an interesting stage in which David has recovered economically such that he can start to be a little bit threatening from effects like
possible to die,
C-Source.
yeah. Or mid-seasons even. Not mid-season, because obviously the game will end.
Sure, sure.
But yeah, he can threaten to kill the runner. It exists, and he's seen the C-Source in hand.
Yeah.
So knowing that, yeah, Zach is just setting up like, no, I refuse to be killed.
Yeah. At this point,
I'm just going to let these daily cats do their thing and just hang out. I'm going to let you get flooded and just run HQ then.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Seems like a fair prospect. Like, why run R&D?
Total.
I can just sit here and wait.
Reasonable line of play.
I'm going to make more money than you right now. Oh, there's a window. And this is eventually going to happen. As David keeps drawing cards, he eventually will get agendas, and he has nowhere to put them.
Just not much he can do. And it looks like C-Source has been discarded at this point. Oh, no, it's still there.
Oh, yeah, he's got C-Source.
Yep. Certainly has been a long day.
Yeah. Play it again. I got nothing to do. I got nothing else to do.
So it looks like David has chosen to start cycling agendas here with a Jackson Howard. He trashed over a Beal that was installed.
Okay, he's a Jackson, installed the Beal, installed Jackson, trashing the Beal, so reducing his agendas back down to 1, and having,
I wonder if instead of that line of play,
Archives, install Jackson, draw 2.
Right, draw 2 and then pitch.
Yeah, that's the same thing. I guess he wants to keep the Astro.
Gosh, all right. Yeah, I guess it is
that's the only reason
just about the same.
I mean, what if Zach doesn't run? Like, maybe he could have snuck out an Astro.
Man, the ballsiest of plays if
I
that
think
face down.
Right now, you have no other real play, actually. Think of the board state.
Yep.
What's going on here? You score that Astro.
That being said, we do have to keep in mind that the political operative is live. And
oh, Zach's like, no, not happening on my watch.
Zach has to be well
That's
aware of
inside job this. Pop to Jackson.
Was there a missed timing window there with political operative? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. Yeah. Reasonable line of play from David at a tough spot in this game. Sweep, sweep. Nice draw, nice draw.
Money into more inside job and a dirty laundry.
So at what point do you think Zach stops with checking of HQ here and just commits fully to this medium?
Probably not for a bit, seen by Zach's plays and his just desire. It seems like he has no desire to go to R&D. I mean, he's right about it, too. Like, every card that gets from R&D is going to HQ.
Yep.
Just go to HQ, it's zero credits.
With no escape.
Why bother?
This is true.
And then check the remote. Eventually, the HQ density will just get higher and higher.
Yep. Might as well.
Eventually, he's going to hit that Astro someday.
You can play 6 archive memories.
So there is technically still one very small window of an out. And that is the singleton Scorched Earth in David's deck.
Yep.
If Zach gives him the opportunity
to tag him and then also be at 3 cards, I don't know.
That would be
highly
unlikely.
Oh, this is a change of information.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Wow.
I believe that's the pop-up window. And again, I don't know if if Zach is worried by that in any way. As we've been discussing,
Yeah, he's just
HQ is essentially an extended R&D at this point in terms of accesses. So defending R&D, I just don't know if he's going to go there. The moving of security testing, signaling full commitment to checking.
It's not the Astro.
Unbelievable. This Astro script has survived a full onslaught of accesses.
It's just, it's not in his hand.
It
is and it isn't in his hand.
It's a shadowy agenda.
Third shot at it.
Smoke and mirrors.
Draw cards, Cavis. No way, man. Did you get 3 credits for that? I didn't get any credits for that. I was just you're just paying that.
Now, that being said, Sync is a space-based operation.
Was that another breaking news?
That is the second breaking news.
He could score breaking news and turn to, exchange of information, archives exchange of information.
Oh, but he has to leave it on the table for a turn to do so, and I just don't think that's...
What do you mean?
More, getting close.
What do you mean?
We're getting there.
He can't install...
We're not out yet, boys.
He can't score and exchange in the same turn.
Oh, I'm not saying wants to. I'm saying both those one-pointers can become...
Oh,
he can go to 5. He can go to 5.
That's true.
5 to 4.
He does need to get in a situation where he can tag Zach, and the amount of money...
No, he can maybe win on points. Watch. He has archive memories. Exchange of information, give him the breaking news, take the GFI. Archive memories, exchange of information. Exchange of information, give him the breaking news, take a 2-pointer.
The point is Zach would need to be tagged for such a thing
Oh,
to
you can't...
work.
Oh, exchange of information, you have to be tagged?
Yes.
Oh, I don't even know this card. I thought it was that broken. I haven't played like in a month. People have been playing it all day, and I didn't even realize it required a tag.
Yes. For our viewers at home who want to clarify the situation, exchange of information requires the runner to be tagged in order for the
I was gonna be so excited.
swapping of agendas.
This is hilarious. Schrodinger's agenda, hilarious. Schrodinger's agenda.
It exists, and
It does.
exist.
At the same time, it exists.
There it is.
There's the tag. Play only if. Who reads the whole card?
Oh, card text is for
Card
lame
text
people.
is for idiots. I just play on pure intuition of how the card should work.
That's right. Obviously, I should.
It
just
should do
switch
this.
These agendas.
Why am I not winning?
Yeah,
I wanted to do this.
Such a clear event. Oh, and it appears Zach has gone into R&D. Could this be the opening that that David needs? Get
2
an
cards.
economic advantage.
Zach has a lot of dice. It's so much dice.
So much dice. Is dice better than metal coins? Age-old debate.
I'm so tired. Oh, it's a deal. It might win the game. It has
There
won
it
the game.
is. Well done. Both players playing their hearts out.
Fasting through pop-up classic Cav.
What was it? What were you looking for?
What a tough spot.
You're on 3 cards in this ball game. I couldn't land a tag on me, though.
Yeah, at that point in the game, I think it's very tough for David to get an economic advantage to land the C source.
We were close. Hedge fund C Scorch. I'm like that's my only out. Then the next turn you're like explode in money. I'm like, all right, well, there it went.
What a tough
What a
position
hug. What a
for
hug.
David.
Zach Cavis.
Congratulations, returning and defending champion of the Atlanta regional event.
Yeah, won it last year, came back, takes it down again.
Did it again, undefeated in top 8.
Uncontested in top 8.
Wow. What a great game.
I had one in hand. You're never gonna. I pitched it. Next turn you quality time.
It started rough, kept getting rougher, but David held on strong.
Yeah. A game that could have ended a lot earlier.
Much earlier.
Because Zach took, obviously, the smart and safe play.
Yes, taking his time, dominant position, not getting low on credits to open up the opportunity for David.